Hello, my friend. Imagine living and farming here on the vast windswept Tibetan Plateau. At an average elevation of 15,000 feet, this is the roof of the world. The air is thin, the sun is harsh, the winters are brutal, and trees cannot grow. By all logic, human civilization should not be able to thrive here. But for thousands of years, it has. And it's all thanks to one incredible animal. This is not just livestock. It is the engine of a culture, a partner in survival, the source of food, shelter, fuel, and wealth. This is the story of the yak, and the ancient symbiotic relationship that allows millions of people to call this extreme environment home. To understand Tibetan agriculture, you must first understand the yak. It is a biological marvel, perfectly engineered by evolution for life at extreme altitude. Compared to domestic cattle, which could not survive here, a yak's body is a high-performance machine. They have significantly larger lungs and hearts, allowing them to extract more oxygen from the thin mountain air. Their blood is rich with hemoglobin, making their oxygen transport incredibly efficient. A thick, multi-layered coat, consisting of coarse outer guard hairs and a dense, downy undercoat, insulates them from temperatures that can plummet far below freezing. Their specialized digestive system allows them to extract maximum nutrition from the sparse, tough grasses that grow on the plateau. They are sure-footed and powerful, capable of navigating treacherous terrain with ease. There are an estimated 14 to 15 million yaks on the planet, and the vast majority of them live right here, on the Tibetan Plateau and across the Himalayas, forming the absolute foundation of life. The traditional way of raising yaks is not about settled farms with fences and barns. It is a life of constant movement, a practice known as pastoral nomadism. This is a system perfectly in sync with the harsh seasons of the plateau. In the spring, as the snows melt, the nomadic families pack up their entire lives and begin to move their herds upwards. They follow the new growth, moving to high summer pastures where the yaks can graze on fresh, nutritious grasses. You will see entire families on the move, their worldly possessions, from tents to cooking pots, loaded onto the backs of the yaks themselves. The yak is not just the herd, it is the moving truck. When winter approaches, they begin their descent back down to lower, more protected valleys where the herds can survive the coldest months. This ancient cycle of transhumance is what has allowed both the people and the land to thrive without depleting the fragile resources. One of the most vital resources the yak provides is its milk. Yak milking is done by hand, a daily ritual that requires a close and trusting relationship with the animal. The milk yield is much lower than that of a dairy cow, but what it lacks in quantity, it makes up for in incredible quality. Yak milk is extraordinarily rich, with a butterfat content between 5% and 9%, sometimes more than double that of cow's milk. This liquid gold is rarely consumed fresh. It is immediately processed into two essential high-energy staple foods. The first is yak butter, churned in traditional wooden cylinders. This butter is a primary source of fat and calories, crucial for survival in the cold. It is the key ingredient in the famous Tibetan butter tea, or po cha, a savory, salty, and warming beverage that provides the energy needed to endure the high-altitude conditions. The other product is chura, or yak cheese. The buttermilk is heated to separate the curds, which are then pressed and dried into hard, rock-like pieces that can be stored for years, providing a vital source of protein. The yak's incredible coat is another cornerstone of survival. In the spring, as the weather warms, the yaks begin to naturally shed their dense undercoat. Herders will comb and collect this fiber by hand. This soft, downy undercoat is a luxury fiber, comparable to cashmere in its softness and warmth. It is now sold on the international market for high-end clothing, providing a crucial source of cash income for the nomadic families. But the coarser outer hairs are just as important. This hair is spun into strong, durable yarn that is then woven into ropes, blankets, and most importantly, the fabric for the nomads' black, hairy tents. These tents are incredibly weather-resistant, insulating against the cold and keeping out the rain and snow, providing a warm and secure home in the middle of the vast open plateau. In an environment where resources are scarce, nothing is wasted. The yak is the ultimate example of a nose-to-tail resource. Yak meat is a vital source of protein. It is a very lean, dark red meat with a flavor profile that is sweeter than beef. It is often cut into strips and air-dried in the cold, arid wind, creating a form of jerky that can be preserved for the long winter months. But perhaps the most critical resource the yak provides is fuel. The Tibetan Plateau is above the tree line, meaning there is no wood to burn for fire. The primary, and often only source of fuel for cooking and heating is dried yak dung. It is collected daily, shaped into patties, dried on the sides of the tents, and provides a slow, steady burn. Even the hide is used for boots and bags, and the bones can be used for tools or crafts. The yak provides for every single basic need. The relationship between the Tibetan people and the yak is one of the most profound and complete examples of symbiosis on Earth. It is a partnership that has been perfected over thousands of years. The people provide protection, care, and guidance, and in return, the yak provides life itself. This is not primitive agriculture. It is a highly sophisticated, deeply intelligent, and perfectly adapted system of survival. In a world increasingly focused on sustainability and living in harmony with our environment, the ancient wisdom of the Tibetan nomads and their yaks offers a powerful and humbling lesson. It forces us to reconsider our own relationship with the animals and the landscapes that sustain us. The Tibetan nomads have a zero-waste relationship with the yak out of necessity. What is one lesson our modern, more wasteful societies could learn from this approach? This agricultural system is based on a deep, multi-generational connection to a specific animal and landscape. How does this compare to the more detached, industrial relationship with food in the West? In this culture, wealth is often measured not in money, but in the number and health of one's yaks. What is an alternative way to measure wealth or success in our own society? If this journey to the roof of the world and its incredible partnership between people and yaks inspired you, please hit that subscribe button and share this video. Your support helps us celebrate these profound agricultural stories. Thanks for watching, my friend. We'll see you in the next one.